Hi everyone. So first I want to thank God for giving me a nice day today. Yesterday we had a fog alert and I did say to God, I need some good weather tomorrow. I need to go out and I need to get my hair cut done. So look at this weather. It's very nice, blue skies. It's not too cold. All the snow's melted. I just need to sweep my balcony. And look. See that sun? It's a little bit of a fog down there, but mostly it's nice. Trucks. So it's nice to have this nice weather, and the gospel today is basically the disciples are telling Jesus we don't have any food, and he's just finished feeding the 5,000 and all these baskets of food left over. So it's the call to trust God to provide. But I'm also like the disciples. I also tell God, oh, God, look, my cupboards are bare. I don't have any food. And all my clothes are old. When you go for your interviews, they want you to look smart. They don't want your wardrobe to be out of date. They want your hair to be done. They want you to have up-to-date skills. So I also tell God, I'm like the disciples, perfect disciple. And I tell him, what are you doing with this world? Do you see all the communists are taking over everything? I talk to God like that in my prayers, with a very simple faith, a very much trusting faith. And I'm sure like the disciples, Jesus says to me, didn't I just show you how I fed the 5,000? Didn't I just show you how I brought the sunshine out for you? I'm sure he says that. I still tell him, you know what, God? I appreciate all that and thank you very much for that, but I still don't have a job. And I'm like those workers waiting outside. I'm tired of the injustice. I'm tired of the racism. I'm tired of always doing a good job and being let go from my jobs and being told we don't have a position for you and having to start over in minimum wage and then working my way into management and then being let go. I'm like those workers standing outside that vineyard of yours and wanting to go inside and to be paid like everybody else over 70,000 and having my own property and my own car. And to be quite honest with you, Lord, you take your own sweet time in doing things for me. The only thing you give me quickly is like today when I tell you I have to go for a walk, so you need to make the weather nice, because the other day, not the other day, but earlier in the year, you made me walk for 2 hours in that freezing cold. And I almost froze. And in Canada, we can lose our limbs in that freezing cold. But you didn't have any mercy. You're like, well, you'll have to walk because you don't have money in your bank account. You don't have rich relatives to just give you money to do whatever you want with it. So you have to walk. So I do tell him that. And I tell him, what's the point of all this education and helping others and everything if my own needs are not being met? Do you think it's a joke? It's not a joke, Jesus. I tell him that in my prayers also. So, anyway, he's like that. I love him with a lover's love, but he's like that. You ask him, can you make the weather nice so I can walk today? Sometimes he does it. Sometimes he doesn't. But that's what the gospel is about. It's not so much about obedience as it is about trusting his love for me. So Jesus had a very tender love. sometimes that tender love can get you into trouble, you know. But I'm grateful for a nice day today. At least I'll be able to go and get my hair cut. And I think, frankly, he needs to hurry up with my job situation. You know, at least it's not 30% unemployment like South Africa or 99% unemployment like Zimbabwe. But that doesn't really help me. No, I tell him that. Look at all your other people who I help, I mentor, I help them at Newman Center, and they get sent to the UN. They get sent to hold big positions and they get paid well. And what about me? It's fine that you love me, but, you know, that's just not enough right now because I need a good paid job. So I'm not going to have any mercy on these people. Every day I'm going to remind them that, you know what, I worked hard and you treated me like an animal, worse than an animal. And you don't even care. You don't even cry. You know, all my supervisors sit and cry, but the higher-ups, they don't care. They just care about their next profit. So I'm like that worker outside the vineyard, sitting and waiting for that job and waiting for you to call me inside the vineyard and say, here's a job for you, and you don't have to worry about your money anymore. See? And all these things, multivitamins and all that. I watch all the documentaries, but I take it. I take the multivitamins and all the supplements and all that because my doctor recommends them. When you live here, you have to do what they tell you. Otherwise, you see how many years I had to fight with everyone to tell them that there is nothing wrong with my mental health. It's like, oh my God, you get tired of even talking. Anyway, I just have to trust him with that lover's love. See what he does next. But it's very frustrating. I do tell him, no, Jesus, it's very frustrating. I don't like sitting at home. I don't watch soaps. I don't like watching TV the whole day. So I want to go out and work and earn a very good living. And it's time, actually, that you hurried up about this, you and Elvis. You better hurry up. Bono doesn't care if I land up on the street. What's it to him? Think he cares? He just tells everyone he loves me. He doesn't mean it. So you better hurry up, Jesus. Andy Murray's retired now, so I don't need so much sunshine. I just go watch whoever. But yeah, that's how it goes. That's how it goes with Jesus.